Welcome to post number 100 on my blog. Who'd have thought I'd hit the century mark? See what we got today. Good morning from fabulous Las Vegas. Today I thought I'd share a little bit of what an architect's day is like, or some of the things we do throughout the day. Right now I'm on my way to a client meeting. This client's a client that we've done a few small projects for, and what I'm doing today is we started this project with what's called a feasibility study. And what that is we went out and we did a measurement of an existing building, took an inventory of what was in the building, the number of employees that are there, the equipment, the finishes, the fixtures, everything within the building, and put together a report and some plans on what we thought they could do to modernize the building with the HVAC, the electrical, and maybe some more up-to-date fixtures, and also to help them be more efficient with the layout of the spaces they had in the office and in the shop, so that they can try to get some more employees in there and to maximize their budget dollars that they do spend on modernizing something with getting more employees into that modernized space. So they've had the report for a couple months now and have been looking it over, and the way this works, which will make this interesting to see how this goes, because I'm going to do a little before and after video. So this is the before, and what I'm walking into is they took all the suggestions from the employees and put them on a list. So the employees could just come in and write down what they thought should happen and what needed to be improved about the space they worked in. We took that list, obviously, and worked it into the plans that we had and that we presented, and tried to find the best ways, the ways we could be most effective with the budget that we have to give the owner what they need. So now I'm going back, and there's a committee. It's not just an individual that's making final decisions. There's a committee that I've got to go back, and it's a committee of employees, not necessarily decision makers, but employees, which I think is good. You get all their input, but it can make it all the more exciting and interesting when you get an employee a chance to talk about creating their space. So we'll see what comes of it. I've got my report ready, and I will check back in as soon as the meeting's over and on my way back. Got a little bit of drive time, so won't seem like very long to you, but it's probably going to be a couple hours anyway. So talk to you in a bit. Okay, so yeah, like I said, a couple hours. And in case I wasn't clear on the start into this post, what we do after the feasibility study, we present some conceptual plans. We go in for the feedback on what they thought about the plans and what they'd like to see changed. So this was good. There was actually a couple of team leaders who took all the input from everybody, and we discussed it and went through the whole building. They actually had gone through and they created another plan. They created their own plan with some changes, which is happens from time to time with clients that are sophisticated and know what they're after and have the tools to do that. These guys work in AutoCAD, and so they're able to draft those kind of things up, and they know spatially what they want. So we went through, and this is another interesting thing that happens. I have a contract which covers a certain scope of moving forward. Now we've added things. There's things that they want to look at. Obviously, they're not the final decision makers when it comes to contract time, but they've expressed their desires to have X, Y, and Z included in their project. So that's one of the things I've got to present to the owner and kind of sift through and say, look, these are things that probably aren't in the budget we've established, and these are things that would be in the budget, could be, and we could massage and move other parts of the project around to see that it happens. It is kind of a give and take, a back and forth on any given project between the budget and between the actual desires of what people want. And not always just based on the level of finish or a quantity of something that they want in their building. Sometimes it's, can that happen at all? Because if you start something, you want to do it well. You want to execute the building properly and have spaces that are operable and do what the end user wants them to do. So it was a good meeting. I've actually got what we call red lines, or an architect will take a red marker and for changes on a plan. I've got a ton of those to get done that I've got to get to a drafter to get finished, and we'll take another look at them and kind of get them in a plan. And then there's some back and forth that we'll have with the client. So that's kind of the way it works. We'll send out a first issue, a first draft. They'll take a look at it, come back with some comments, and then we can really focus in on what they're after, because we've talked now and used the graphic tools of communication as well as verbal and written communication to give them something that they can identify with as something that's desirable for their program and for their project. So that's going to be the next step, and probably a couple weeks on getting that done and turned around, getting it worked into the schedule and drafted and out. And then construction. The hopes is that we can get construction started. I might propose a different construction method here, where that we do a construction manager at risk type delivery for this this client, which helps us get better numbers by getting a contractor on board early, and will help make some of the decisions of what to include and what not to include. So a good meeting, a little different than I expected, but they always are. They're always something new and exciting. So now, got my drive back to Vegas, and that's my time. So your time? It's over. Out.